Hello. Hello and welcome. Join me, ADG, for a little bit of practice for the craziest challenge I've ever taken on so far in sim racing, or my little sim racing career, which is 5 hours straight at the Nordschleife 24-hour layout. So the Nürburgring GP track added to the whole Nordschleife track as well, to make one massive track that's quite the challenge. So let's get a bit of practice in. Basically, I'm in the BMW Z4, I'm on about M6, and yeah, let's head off and have a quick little go. See how we go. Not too bad round Nordschleife, but I'm certainly a little bit rusty. I haven't been on it for a while, and this beginning bit of this layout always catches me out a little bit, so I've got to remember that. Leaving traction control on, and I'm going to practice with traction control on. I don't normally use traction control on Gran Turismo, but in this case I will do, just because 5 hours is a hell of a long time and I can't see myself. I don't know, maybe if I practice for longer and longer it might become evident that I could turn it off, but at the moment I want to leave it on and know that I can rely on just planting my foot a little bit, so I don't have to worry about silly little mistakes. I just need to drive the track for 5 hours basically. Oh, bit deep on the brakes into there. One to remember, brakes on the M6 do feel pretty good. It's a while since I've been around this track as well, really, so do need the practice. Coming towards the end of the lap now of the GP track, that is. This is a tighter chicane on the GP track, and then you go off to the right there to complete the last corner and head on to the start finish straight. But here we go onto the Nordschleife section, which, as everyone knows, is a little bit tricky. But it's good fun, and it's certainly a challenge, especially for bloody 5 hours. I don't know if I'm crazy or if it's a good idea. I've got it in my head personally. I don't know how everyone else sees these kind of things, but I've got it in my head personally that if I can do a 5 hour race around Nordschleife, then I'm not too bad, and it just can only gain me some bit of confidence and play into my hands of, if nothing else, just 5 hours worth of practice basically. So you just got to look at it as a positive, even though you could look at it as a bit of a nightmare. But I wouldn't have signed up if I thought it was that bad, and I've kind of wanted to do a long endurance race for a while. I was thinking more like 2-3 hours, because I do 1 hour endurance races anyway pretty much every week, so I was looking for some a bit longer than an hour, but maybe not 5. So, but when I saw it I thought, I have wanted to do a long endurance race for quite a while. There's no driver changes or anything either, so it's literally just driving for 5 hours, but there is a 10-minute pit stop you have to do, just to give yourself a break. So that's one opportunity to have a break. I'm not sure if you can split it up into 2 5-minute pit stops or anything like that, but you have got to do a 10-minute pit stop at some point just to stop for that long. Everyone else does it as well, obviously, so you're not losing any time overall. Anyway, we're doing alright, feels alright, this BMW. I've always thought this is quite a stable, comfortable car to drive. It don't give you too much grief anywhere, really. There's not too much oversteer, especially with the TC on. It's pretty tight at the front, turns in quite nicely if you get early on the brakes, that is. It has got a bit of understeer, but every car does if you're flying in too fast. Unless you've got ultimate downforce, that is. Try and carry the speed, that's good. I hate this corner, one of the tighter corners on the track. Oh, run a bit wide. Gather it up. Oh God, all over the curbs. One to remember for the race. Don't be doing that. Don't know why, but I hate this corner down here as well. I probably hate the corners that people don't mind, and vice versa, don't mind the corners that people hate. Generally, a bit odd like that. Relying on the TC a little bit. Again, won't normally use TC, but 5 hours, I'm thinking I might have to rely on it a little bit just to make my life a little bit easier. End of the day, GT3 cars I do believe have some element of traction control in real life. Oh God, we've got nowhere near the apex there for the turn in. Bit of a schoolboy error. Nice. Well, you can brake later. I will be honest, I'm quite an early braker really, and I just like to ease on the brakes and roll it in more than just be heavy on the brakes and down 3 gears in like a tenth of a second. So when I'm going into corners like that, I'd rather brake early and just make sure I've got complete control through, especially since I'm on my outlap. Damage is on. I've set it up as it's the race settings, tyre wear set at ×1, fuel set at ×1, which is going to be the case in the race. I believe the slipstream strength and everything is the same, not that that matters when I'm going around on my own and all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean. Chuck it into that right hander to go down the hill here, and then back up the hill over the crest. Oh, chuck it in early, a bit too early. I'm not pushing here, I'm just feeling the track, feeling the car. Like I say, I'm not that familiar with the M6, but it's a nice comfortable drive basically. It's not too much to worry about, so I'm not able to push because I don't know the car that well, but at the same time you can have quite a bit of confidence without much fear. Oh God, a little bit of understeer as we're heading over the crest there. Again, example of early on the brakes, just so I can keep it nice and easy, flat out through the exit, flat out through the corner to be fair. I was that early on the brakes. Going towards the long straight, whatever it's called. I'm terrible with corner names if you've watched me before, so don't expect that kind of detail. I simply can't remember all the bloody names, there's too many tracks in the world. Someone, I watched a video the other day and someone were sticking over to the left hand side here, claiming there is less bumper, but I don't know if it makes any difference whatsoever, and it means that you don't open up this corner quite as much, so you lose probably a mile an hour scrubbing off a bit of speed there, especially when you rub it onto the grass as well. Heavy on the brakes, roll it in, and again heavy on the brakes again. Oh, not quite heavy enough. Don't look for the barrier on the right because you're going on. And let's start a hot lap. Oh, a bit slow to get out of that second corner there. Lesson learned for next lap. Well, I guess it's not lesson learned until you've actually proved that you've learnt the lesson. Chuck it in, pretty much full lock on my wheel, well the way I've got it set up anyway. I always think this is a different corner and I don't take it flat, which you can. Some corners do look very similar from various tracks. Bit wide, missed the apex by a mile there. Heading towards the end of the Nürburgring GP lap. Bit unsighted, that chicane. I never like that entry, but you can carry quite a lot of speed into there if you get it right. Oh, bit close to the wall for my liking there. Right, and away we go. Start of the Nordschleife. Bit wide on the exit there. I had to hesitate a little bit to get back on the throttle. Small errors, but nothing major. But this is what you... This is the point I like being at, because if I'm making small little mistakes like that, I can handle that. It's ploughing into the walls and spinning off that I can't handle, especially in a 5-hour race with damage on. Finally getting up into 6th gear. Quite a long gear it seems, Piff, in this. There's no chance of tuning either, there's no tuning on, just to keep it fair between the guys. Well, not that I know of anyway. I'll have to reread through the event before Friday, but I'm pretty sure there's no tuning on, and I'm assuming there's not. I think there's probably spaces left as well if you are interested, by the way. It's a mature racing club event, and I think Daniel something, I forget his name, Blomquist, he's got a middle name but I forget what it is. He's the event organiser, and he's got all the information you need if you want to get involved. There's another one next Friday if you didn't want to do it this Friday that's coming. And there's already been one already as well that's already been held last Friday. I've been away on holiday, so I haven't been paying much attention, so I don't know who won, and I haven't really looked into it or anything, but yeah, get involved if you fancy it. Mature Racing Club on Facebook, that is. You'll find the event if you have a look. Oh god. Oh, nearly lost it on the brakes there. I was about to turn a little bit whilst I was quite heavy on the brakes. Whew. Just about got away with it. I don't feel like I'm going particularly fast this lap, but just gaining the confidence of the car, really, I suppose. I can describe it as feeling where I can push a little bit harder, and where I'm maybe pushing a little bit too hard already, or getting the lines wrong, should I say, more often than not on the Nordschleife. That's the difference of what feels like pushing hard and getting it wrong, is getting the line wrong most of the time. Anyway, I'll stop waffling on about absolutely nothing. Nice Sunday cruise. I don't know why people don't like the Nordschleife. I don't even think it's that difficult, really. Once you've actually got your head round it, it's just a very long track. It's pretty easy, I think. There's a couple of tricky corners, and the rest of it's really fun to drive. And the tricky corners are fun as well, because they're the ones that are a bit challenging for you. But yeah, it's a brilliant track once you get used to it. And it might seem like it's really hard to learn, but I'm not particularly great at learning tracks like this, and I picked it up quite easily. I was surprised. If you just break it down into little sections, like, you just realise when you come through that corner after that long straight, then you're into the carousel, as it's called, which have just gone round, and then as you come out of there, this is just a long series of fast corners linked together with a few little braking zones in between. Pretty fast chicane through there, and then pretty hard tight braking zone, and then again it's fast flowing through here. You just got to be careful to not understeer too much through these. And you just treat it like that. You just treat it through just sections. It's not, just look out for the tricky corners basically. All this is like similar to the last couple of corners I just gone through. That's what I always think. It's like a repeat of the same corners. Gone wide there though. Oops. This tightens up and it's a crest. It's that was terrible through there as well. I lost all my speed. Oh, this is the one that always catches me out. Just tightens up on the exit dramatically, and if you're just carrying that little bit too much speed into there, you're off. Basically, a little jump here. This is pretty fast. If you turn it in early enough, back on the power instantly. It's just breaking it down into, oh, this is a good corner. I like this one, and oh yeah, that's a tricky one. And then you kind of learn it quite easily, and that might sound strange, but that's how I felt about it anyway. Plus lapping it a few times every now and again does help, and not just saying, oh, I don't like it. Certainly not my favourite try, so if I were going to pick a 24-hour race somewhere, it wouldn't have been here, like, but it's yeah, it's a challenge. Quick sip of beer as I get to relax for a minute or two. Well, not quite a minute or two, but you know what I mean. Nearly hit the limiter in 5th then. Would have annoyed me. Da 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 dee, da 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 da. Wait for the corner to appear. There we go. And away we go towards the end of lap 1. Let's see what kind of time I can put in. A couple of little mistakes, slow sections here and there. Certainly can be improved upon. Last corner and onto the straight. Traction control helping me out there. So it's an 8:21. 8:21.324. I don't know if that's fast or not. Certainly can improve on that, I know that. Ah, that's where I don't want the traction control. Proper bogged me down there. Lost all exit speed that I could have had. A bit slow on the exit there as well. Come on, what am I doing? I feel like I'm on a bit of a Sunday drive. I don't know, you kind of got to drive it really calmly, so it ends up feeling like you're more in control than you normally would be, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm just talking about my own bloody driving style here that no one even can appreciate through me just watching these, so it doesn't really relate to anything. I'll stop waffling on about it. Oh, terrible. So wide. I'm still up on my time, but it's no surprise. I've warmed up a little bit, I guess. Got my eye in. And it's not much up on my time. It's only half a second. Right, this is where I can gain straight away through this corner. I went wide on the exit last time. That's better. Oh god, rode the curb a little bit too much there, bounced me off a little bit. Got good grip and downforce as this Beamer. Oh, I've turned in way too early. Managed to slow it down enough to not throw me wide on the exit. Little mistakes creeping in. Still only half a second, not really gained much since the GP track finished. I might do a lap just silent and see if it actually gains me time as well. I am genuinely interested, and I need to do something like that at some point, so I know whether it does actually slow me down. Just that little bit of lack of concentration because I'm talking as well. Just missing the little finer details of the braking zones and things like that, it feels like, when I'm talking. Still getting through the corners and still, you know, getting in the right gear and everything, but just not quite that finer detail. You carry that little bit more speed, or you do this, that and the other, and just, you know, you can just gain that extra bit of performance sometimes from just focusing a lot harder and not just daydreaming your way around the track almost. Where I've increased my gap a little bit. I'd like to see it a bit more than that though, further through. Tyres are getting slightly worn as well, so... Oh, I knew it straight away then. Bloody hell, that's damage. I might have to be a restart because there's a hell of a lot of track to drive with engine damage there. Oh yeah. No, I don't have to restart. I forgot where I was then. What's going on? Alright. Well, that means you've got to do a full out lap again before getting a bloody lap time. Anyway, that's part of it. This is why I'm here practicing, I guess. See how much you can cut the curbs through here. Oh no! Hey dear. Right. I'm just going to chill out on this out lap and try for a really push lap on the end of that. Where's my lighter? Whoa! Oh bollocks, yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, for God's sake, I've got damage again. Well, that was good. That was a complete waste of time then. I turned the TC off and then didn't adjust my driving style, so just planted it into the first wall it came to basically. Oops. Yeah, I'll just leave it on 2 so I can just confidently drive like I was, even though it's slow. It feels slow at times anyway. Example, coming out of here, just don't want to pick up. That one felt a bit better actually in first. And this time round, oh, a bit too early. Oh, what am I doing now? Taking liberties with the curbs. Right, so I had 2 decent laps and they've just... bloody hell. Alright. Meant to be having a nice slow out lap there. Let's get back into this since I seem to have lost my head a little bit. Not that it feels like it, but seems like it from a drive-in. I think this is the hardest corner on the GP track. I always seem to get it slightly wrong in one way or another. Coming up to the end of the GP and on to the Nords. Oh, nearly touched the grass on the entry there on the left hand side. That would have been a bad one. On the power early through there, that was good. Not that it matters, it's an outlap, but still learning this car. Don't know why I flicked down a gear then, that was bad. Take that absolutely flat if you get the line right. Oh, a bit late. Not too bad though. I do love cars like this. They really are quite simple to drive, but really quite fun at the same time because you can be so attacking in them compared to other cars where you'd be really avoiding the curbs and worrying about oversteer too much and all the rest of it. It's just flat out aggression in this kind of thing, especially with TC on. Bloody hell, it's ridiculous how much you can just plant your foot. But that's what I want for this race. 5 hours, like I say. Oh, what am I doing? 5 hours, like I say, without TC on sounds like a bad idea to me, so I'm going to leave it on for this one. You could argue there's probably drivers out there without it on, but I just don't want to make any stupid mistakes and ruin my race, basically, if I can help it. I'd rather be that little bit slower and not put it in the barriers if it means having TC on. Unlike what I've just done there, but I managed to get away without any damage, so I'll carry on. And I would have had to anyway, really, because I'm so far into the lap. I need to get more confident through that corner because I always worry about that corner, but it's obviously crucial for the exit for all this. It's a pretty important corner, really, in a way. Oh, heading a little bit wide there. Carousel. Oh God, no! Nearly lost the back end a bit there. Bit wide. Little mistakes that I need to clean up for a better lap time. I can get through the lap, I'm not worried about that. Just actually getting some decent times in to actually be able to race and actually hope for a good result, as well as getting through 5 hours. I need to work out how many laps it will actually be, and then I've got some kind of target for how far into the race I kind of am at certain points and stuff. Obviously I can just look at the time, but it kind of means a bit more in laps in a way sometimes. You know, you've only got 10 laps left, but no, whatever, it's just it's good to know. Don't know why I lifted off there and went down again. Bad driving through there. That's not good. Wasn't really concentrating. Oh God. A little bit of understeer. Coming towards the end of the corners and coming towards the end and the, what am I trying to say? The bloody long straight is what I'm trying to say, but I was trying to say it in some kind of intelligent way, but I can't think of anything. Gives me a chance to have another sip of beer. Ah, beautiful. Right, let's try and get a fast lap out of this next one. I don't know why I'm saying let's. I need to. There's no one else involved. Come on. Hitting 168, 169, 170, 170 mile an hour, topping out up there. The fastest point, don't do it. Oh my God, that's a terrible end to the lap. Don't know what I did there, just didn't brake hard enough, I think. Don't know why, but anyway, here we go. Oh God, what am I doing with the brakes? I'm not braking hard enough. Nearly a second up, that's good to see. Getting used to this car a little bit now. It's good. I do like this car. It's BMW M6, if anyone's wondering. Oh God. got on the curb a little bit, worried me. It's got a really nice characteristic of like predictable, slightly predictable like understeer at the front of this car, and it's I think that's what gives you the confidence in the work. And the fact that it's so stable and planted. Oh, it's a good exit. It's the one I was looking for. I didn't actually take the corner very well, but got a decent fast exit. Oh, don't do it. Oh, I can afford a little tap like that, but nothing more. Got away with that just about. Could have been worse. Keep going down too many gears. Need to sort that out. I've got worse with my gears over the years. I used to concentrate on it, and now I just completely rely on just doing it naturally. And sometimes I get it wrong. That was bad as well. Oh, bit of a bad line into that last bit. No! Oh, Jesus! That was very, very close to going all the way around. Caught it fast enough, just about. Lost time, obviously, from that though. I'll have to really, really go for it now. Make it up. Oh, too solid to that. Carried no speed at all. Well, come to the end of another one. I've done it again. Bloody hell, same mistake. Taking a bit of a weird line into there. I don't know why, but didn't really work. Anyway, improved my time, but not by a massive amount. Like to see that grow quite big over such a big lap, and not just be a second after all that. So let's go for another fast one, or I might make this the last one, depending on how it goes, that is. Oh, that's bad. I need to turn the TC off to actually get faster. I don't think I can get faster by with traction control on. Distracted by flicking through my bloody things to get my time thing up. Lost a bit of time there because of that. And then optimise that corner. How far am I down? Oh, for friggin' hell. It's not impossible to make time up on that, but it's not a great start. Ooh. Oof. Thought I was going to clip the grass a little bit there with the exit. Ooh, a bit like that. Dirty tyres going into here, it's not good. Kind of knew that would come in. Right, well, I suppose it's going to be boring, but see how much I lose time-wise over a few sectors with damage. I'm not going to do a whole lap with damage because it's just ridiculous, really, I suppose. I don't intend on having damage in the race, so if I forget it, I'll have to deal with it, but I didn't pay any attention to that sector time then. So 19 seconds down. Let's see how much that increases by over the next couple of sectors, and I'll try and drive as fast as I can with the damage that is. Slows me down a little bit, obviously, because I've got some damage, and that's what I want to see, how much it slows me down, really. Oh no, oh, I forgot about the TC being off. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's the problem when you flick between it on and off. Kind of forget that which one you're in. Well, I've got double damage now, so let's find out what this is. Right, sector time, please. Oh no! Oh, the frigging curb there. Suppose these are actually good things that are happening here because I'm making mistakes. It's kind of what practices should, in a way, be about. Obviously, you want to drive and learn the speed of the car and everything else, but the braking points. But it's good to know where you can get caught out as well. Obviously, I'm not doing it on purpose, so I'm not pretending I am, but right, 32.7 with that. Nice. Noticeable, I've only just got into 5th gear. Well, yeah. Certainly don't want damage, that's the end of that. Right. Let's have one more outlap. I'm just treating an outlap like a fast lap. No, in fact. See how the softs do instead. Normally alright on Gran Turismo, I don't really notice much difference. If not, you can go quite a bit faster sometimes. Do I try the mediums? No. Sorry. Didn't really notice. I looked, obviously, but there wasn't too much to worry about tyre wear wise. Right, I'll give it the same opportunity with the traction control. Oh, back on traction control. Good job this is my lap, it's not particularly good so far. Absolutely flat through there with TC on. Oh. Bollocks. I'm a bit shit. That was just bad driving. I'm starting to think how am I going to get through 5 hours here. Can't even get through like an hour worth of practice. I should just do it now. I should just do 5 hours straight. Oh, terrible line out of there, but got away with it. Oh, you shitbag. Oh no, you turd. Oh, I don't like this car anymore. Shit. Oh, I think I'm done. I'm driving terribly. Maybe the beer's got to me a bit more than I expected as well. I don't know why. But yeah. Anyway. No, I can't just leave it at that. I've got to have one more outlap at least. What we're thinking. I don't feel like a beer's got to me. That's what we're just thinking. Like, well, no, that's a shit excuse. I'm just driving terribly and I don't want to carry on. Corners like that where the TC really hinders you. Feels like it's braking mid-corner for you almost. We finally got to the apex of that one. To then miss that one. Never mind. Oh, and again, missed. Oh, bit of a moment. Right, I don't think I can push in this car. Push anyway. It all does go wrong when I start pushing too hard, so just gotta drive it sensibly really and I'll be alright. Don't actually try and push for lap time whatsoever and I should be okay. Just drive the track. Decision made there, I think. Every time I'm trying to like gain time through a corner or anything, I just end up a bit wild, so I'll just drive nice and consistently and not try and push for too much for anything really. Consistency is key in endurance racing. I just wanted to get a fast lap in, but I don't think I'm going to ever need it to actually happen, so I'm going to stop trying because I keep messing it up. Oh my god, I wasn't even trying to do it fast. Never mind. my god, bit of understeer there. Just rolled it in a bit too quick. TC helping me out massively through that. Just planted my foot and steered my way through it. Feels like cheating at points like that. Oh, I've done it again. What the hell am I doing on the brakes? I have these moments, it turns out. If I drive for long enough, I end up having a really bad time at some point on the brakes, and out of nowhere. I don't know what I'm doing wrong other than I'm not even late braking. I don't feel like I am. I'm just not hard enough on them. Anyway, that's for me to sort out and worry about. Bit annoying when you come out of the camber. Oh, a bit late. It was a bit of a tricky corner that, and you're expecting a bit of a straight after that fast chicane, so can catch you out if you're not concentrating. Every corner can catch you out if you're not concentrating, to be fair. That's why I've been doing so badly for the last, what it feels like 20 minutes or so. Oh god. Woohoo. Oh no. I remember thinking I went slowly into there last time, so I had a bad line going on, but I still tried to chuck it in quite fast. All went wrong, and again, good things to get out of the way though in practice. Don't be doing stuff like that in the race. I'm going to do 3 laps, or well, this outlap. I'll finish this outlap and then do 2 laps, and then I think I'll call it a do for a little bit of practice for today. On to our fast lap. Oh, excuse me. Oh, felt that coming. Bloody hell. Oof. Back wanted to kick out there, that's why the TC kicked in so much. Felt it in the wheel a little bit. Oh, bloody hell. Bit more understeer than they were expecting. Flat out through that corner, so there's not a lot you want to do about it once you've committed. You don't want to be touching the brakes. Oh, that's deep. Oh god, what am I doing again on the brakes? This is my biggest problem at the moment, it seems. At least it's highlighting itself massively to me today. I need to work on my brake consistency again. Really focusing on that being my main priority as I drive around. Ended up going a bit the other way, so that was a little bit too early on the brakes. Bad through there. Slow, going up that hill. Nope. Woohoo. Oh, I've not really got a lot to say. I'm just thinking I haven't said out for ages. Oh, what am I doing? I didn't touch the brakes at all then, I just expected to get around there. Oh, that was bad. Oh, I've picked up damage as well, for fuck's sake. Right, with that in mind, I am going to leave it there. So, thank you very much for watching, especially if you've got 1 hour 15 minutes in, and or thereabouts. So yeah, thank you very much, and subscribe if you haven't already. That's an order, and give us a like if you haven't, if you've liked this. If you have liked this, not if you haven't liked this, as I just nearly said. Right, anyway, see you again soon, hopefully, and take care. Have a go yourself. If you fancy it, like I say, check out the MRC group on Facebook. In the event section, you will find this event that I am practicing for on Gran Turismo Sport. So if you're interested, get involved yourself and give it a go. Anyway, take care. See you again soon. I've been ADG, and adios.